Going to crash. Kaboom. Hold on a second. I don't think so. We were 30 days into January, and I've been monitoring the median price home all month. And as you can see on our chart here, we went from January 2022, a median price of 430. Right now it stands at 425, but of course a lot of the closings for this month will happen today and tomorrow and even into February 1st. So we'll see what happens in the next 3 days. I predict that it's not going to go less than 425. That's my prediction. Now, if you go to Google, it's one of the most asked questions in real estate is there going to be a crash? So the first thing that comes up, excuse me, is there going to be a housing crash? Well, Zelman and Associates. Now we had Miss Zelman on our show. Hang on just a second so I can cough. So sorry. Anyway, so we had Miss Zelman of Zelman and Associates, and she was saying that the housing research firm forecasted that in uh, in our U.S. market, we would fall 4% in 2023 and maybe 5% in 2024. The Wall Street Journal came along and said, nah, I think it's going to be 12% by the end of 2024. I am here to tell you that Las Vegas is such a different market, as I know you know this. I know you know this. And there is so much going on in the Las Vegas market. I don't think we're going to have, I don't think it's going to go much lower. If it goes lower, it'll come back up. And I truly believe that. And, you know, just to give you, let's see, we're going to be bringing all these new events in 2023. They have over 600 events scheduled in our community in 2023 alone. And beyond that, we bring on online the On Comment, the Area 15 partners, Universal Studios here in our community again and again and again. And we keep benefiting from all these investments that we have made and the progress we have pushed forward over the past decade. So there are these things that you need to believe and know that many people continue to come here and find land, build something, and we get jobs, we get more visitors. And when we have that kind of exposure, just like social media, we have exposure. I mean, 40 million people last year, that's exposure. And they like it. Maybe if they're here on July the 4th and it's 110 degrees, but for the most part, those days don't happen that often. We don't have hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, and all those things that other parts of the country experience. And our crime is not the way it is. Like, look what just happened in Memphis, so on and so forth. So I'm always high on Vegas. It's never let me down. And I've been here since 1987. So onward we go. We have 108 days of inventory. Now that's been going down. It was up to about 128, and now it's down to 108. So people are buying homes and people are listing homes. That churning effect is going on. We listed 59 homes over the weekend, and on Friday we closed 72 single family homes for a total of 5,372 single family available homes right now in our zip codes that we do. We don't do Pahrump, we don't do Boulder City, and we don't do Mesquite. So these are in the local market right here. Counting the high rises, the condos, and the townhomes in with the single family homes, we have 6,967 for making a total of 108. I got that number because I divided December's sales per day, okay, into the 6,967, and that comes up to 108 days of available inventory. And you know that's a moving target. And we saw it move. We've seen it move drastically in the past. I think it's going to maybe hover around 3 months of inventory going forward for the next couple months. You know, it's busy here in the springtime. We shall see. One other notable is we listed 22 homes, $425,000 and under single families over the weekend. And that gives us 1,806 single family homes that are 425,000 or under, which is 425 is the median price. And that's 34% of the available homes. And if you look over down below of the $1 million homes, we have 792 available homes that are a million and up, and that's 11% of the market. We are year to date, we've sold $60 million homes for 2.2 a day. So we're better than 2020, but we're not as good as 21 and 22. So it's early. It's early. It's only 30 days into the year. We shall see how that plays out. Anything else going on that's notable? Well, the investors are still taking up 30% of the market so far this year. And again, I should say non-owner occupieds, because some of those people are not investors. They're second homes or they don't know what they're going to do yet with their home. So it's non-owner occupied. So that number I would predict from an investor pinpoint is probably a little high. It's probably not quite that many. But anyway, that's the tail of the tape here. I think that we are in good shape. And let's segue on to what did Instagram just do? Really, what did Instagram just do? Whoops, sorry. And I reach out to Jason Pantana for his take on it, and he actually did a little video which we can watch. Here we go.
Print. Instagram chief says photos will get more focus on the app in 2023. Photos? I thought every feature, every update on Instagram has been and will continue to be video first. Video, video, video. Now listen, I'm a major proponent for video. I believe that video is single-handedly the greatest marketing format, the greatest type of media there is. There's nothing quite like video. At the same time, I do think Instagram has maybe lost sight of some of its origins, has lost sight of photos and the importance and significance they play in terms of media. I'd be curious to know what you think. But here's what Mazzari, the CEO, said of Instagram. He said, I think we were over-focused on video in 2022 and pushed ranking too far and basically showed too many videos and not enough photos. Those were his words. And I'm like, those are pretty transparent words. And I appreciate his willingness to say that. He added, we've since balanced, so things like how often someone likes photos versus videos, or how often someone comments on a photo versus videos are roughly equal, which is a good sign that things are being balanced. It kind of reminds me of one of the major historical tenets of the algorithm, which is called historical interactions. Forever and always, Instagram has had historical interactions sort of fueling their algorithm. Oh, if you like more photos, you'll see more photos. If you like more videos or comment on more videos, you'll see more of that. Let the user's behavior dictate what they see more of. I'm curious, what do you think about all this? Is it a good or a bad move for Instagram to go back to some photos?
So my take. I think that Instagram went back to photos because there's a lot of people that don't do good videos. They just don't. And so they don't get the engagement. If it's a bad video, people are not going to engage. If the video isn't talking to one person and it's talking to everybody, then it's talking to nobody. So there's a use of pronouns that go into it. There's a use of calls to action or telling stories that have a subliminal call to action. There's the content. I mean, Gary Vee for years has been saying content is good, but it's not good if it's not creative. So you have to be creative, and just then appears on the scene. What do we have now? Chat GPT. If you haven't looked at it, we're going to do a video later in the week about it, and what you can do with it is amazing. I have 5 basic topics that 5 basic things that you can do with it to enhance your business or help your business. But for the most part, it saves you time. And of course, now, I mean, it has grown faster than any other application. It's not really a platform. It's not a social media platform per se. But the things it can do with artificial intelligence, because it has gleaned all that information all these years, is rivaling Google. It really is. It's going to rival Google. So we shall see where all that goes. When I can put something in there, and I've tested it, and thinking about told Jimmy the other day, this will make our creation of classes easier. There is such a thing as writer's block. I mean, sometimes it's like, what else can I say about property management? But if I can go to Chat GPT and I can say, in a humorous way, please tell me what investors want out of their property manager, and it'll come up with an answer in a humorous tone. So there's so many different things that you can do it can do for you, and that's why it climbed. I mean, from November to now, over 1 million users, and you got people worrying they're going to lose their jobs. Well, I don't think so. I don't think they're going to lose their jobs. I think that it's going to enhance what we do. I know that there's a lot of writers that can be much more creative and perhaps get their message out better using it. I know that if you're thinking about having an assistant to help you write script for videos, um, that it can help the person that you hire to do that. So, it's back when people got upset because tractors came online, right? I mean, I think that's something that Gary Vee was saying. Machinery all of a sudden became a big thing in the Industrial Revolution. Then we had the technical revolution, and the technical revolution is now turning into the augmented reality and virtual reality revolution. So we continue to add programs, platforms, assistance, and it will just and if you let's see what I have to this is really cool. I love Jim Rohn. And here's what Jim Rohn says. He said, "You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight." So if there's things you haven't been doing, then you can change where you're going to focus. You can't change your destination because you can't get there overnight. Whoops. But you can change the direction that you're going in. And quite frankly, Chat GPT has really enhanced what Jimmy and I can do with our training platform that we're coming online sometime in March, hopefully, Kane, if you're listening. Jimmy and I are coming online with the online courses. And now I'm thinking with the Chat GPT, we can keep them so current and so engaging for you because we want to be the training platform and uh, the training company that you use. And we're up against some pretty big giants, but I think we can handle it. Uh, One other thing, let's segue, since I said training, let's segue to that real quickly. February is like 3 days away. And on Thursday, we're going to start out on February 2nd with the CE contracts class, writing and presenting the purchase contract. This is a really favorite class of mine because there are so many things in every paragraph of the offer that pop up. And what is it, 11 pages and I don't know how many words, but there are so many situations in those 11 pages and in those paragraphs and in those sentences. And some transactions, right, they go smooth as silk. And then we have some that are like the jagged edge. Oh my gosh, every time we turn around, we have another thing we have to solve. And our main job, as you know, is making sure that the customer has a smooth journey and we absorb all the bumps and give them a good experience. Yes, we can give them service, but we need to give them a good experience. And that means we have to absorb a lot of the bumps. And a lot of times people's egos get in the way and they make the buyer or the seller feel intimidated or that you are being a little bit overbearing. So it's a good thing just to say, oh, we've got an issue, but I'll take care of it. No worries. And not get into all the nitty gritty detail, unless, of course, legally you have to. So, having said that, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. I am anxious to get on with the Las Vegas perspective that I saw Monday a week ago on January 23rd, my husband's birthday. I drug him there. Anyway, I took the video and I translated it. And then Tom Macheski, my friend, who we went with as well as Paul Bell, Paul was taking copious notes. I was doing the video, and Tom was snapping photos of the slides. And how wonderful that he did that. The only thing is I expected to get it sooner than Friday. So I had a first-time home buyer. I haven't taken out a first-time home buyer in so long, but I did over the weekend. And so I didn't get a chance to take those photos and put them into my PowerPoint so that you will have some great snackables to use for the next couple months in your social media and in your conversation and in your handouts and talking to sellers and buyers and investors and renters. So y'all have a wonderful day. I love the weather. It's what, 45 degrees, a little chilly, raining a little bit, but it's another day in paradise in beautiful Las Vegas. And just remember, you cannot change your destination, but you can change your direction. So that's the word of the day. I love you all, and I will see you Wednesday.